Whoa, that was a quick one. Dreadmaw Tooth Gnasher. No problem. Dead. So, when we're in Wrath of the Lich King, which personally, that's what I'm looking forward to the most, is when we get to Wrath of the Lich King.
Okay, so
we have to hang out in Dalaran like all the damn time.
Or more.
Because that's all we did, remember, in Wrath of the Lich King? Just hung around in Dalaran.
I don't know if we're trying to replicate our experiences as much as...
We're not?
Create new ones. No. We're not trying to relive. We're trying to reimagine, right?
Oh shit, talent's at level 10. Come on. We gotta up the ante here. Annie up. Have you ever heard that song before? The Annie Up song? Have you ever seen the video on YouTube where it's Bert and Ernie dancing to it? Do a search on YouTube for Bert and Ernie Ante Up. It's really good.
It's so good.
I'm gonna.
Do you got any add-ons, by the way, installed?
No, I don't actually. Bert and Ernie.
Is that just the default party window?
Ante Up.
Right? How come you've got like cool numbers and stuff?
Oh, I found it, Lewis. Okay, here it comes. I have to skip this video first. Hang on a second. Oh, okay. I'm done. Okay, so anyway, I was just thinking about that, Lewis, and now I'm fine. I'm back. Okay, I've got Yinny.
Fine.
I got Crocs. I got fucking teeth. Oh! I've done it! I've got all the teeth!
Congrats.
Thanks, man. Whew.
You win the game.
Cray. That was cray.
You win one game.
I think one of these quests is to actually help Grand Matron Tekla, who is dead, possibly. Oh, is this the one you were talking about who's drowned? You're getting all frustrated about?
She is dead. Apparently, she only spawns like every hour.
What?
And you have to be the first to click on her, and then she does like an escort thing.
Oh,
so
shit.
I get the impression that this is impossible. Right.
Well, I can hand a quest in though. I've got a quest to hand in up here somewhere.
Is that the Croc's Teeth one?
That's the one, yeah. Lost but not forgotten. Did it.
Okay.
Oh,
this is certainly a challenge.
It is quite the challenge, isn't it? I mean,
it is challenging.
You know what though? Once we get into dungeons, it's going to be smooth sailing. Because you get all.
It says it's not every hour, and you can do it in party. Well, good for you, Cloud Nudes. Well, just I haven't seen her spawn.
Just wait. You have to be patient. Why don't you do some pet battles while you wait? Oh, wow. See?
We missed it. Someone else already accepted. It's impossible. It's impossible. Okay, cool. Right.
You gotta be quicker. Oh,
I'm moving on with my life.
My inventory's full. What should I get rid of? I'm gonna get rid of some croc eyes that I've managed to accumulate. I want this. And I want a new bag.
Farewell.
I want a new bag. Boop boop ba doo doo. Ba 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 doo doo doo. Do 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 do. I want a new bag. One that's got lots of slots. Do 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 do. One that can hold onto all my junk. One that won't.
I reckon he speaks like a posh gentleman.
Lose my junk.
Like a. Because Cloud Nudes is right. He works in your office, okay? So that means he's almost certainly wearing a business suit. Right.
Yeah.
But
he's still hip with the kids.
He's going bald.
He's going bald. He's got a suit on, and he's still hip with the kids.
He's single, right? Because he's not married. Right?
Yeah. And his thing is, he goes on vacation to all sorts of outlandish places and takes selfies of himself in the nude.
He's a bit like George Costanza out of Seinfeld, I think. Right?
Costanza.
So, he's kind of awkward. But he has this thing about the Cloud News that, people kind of know about it because he got drunk and he told people one time, but he can't he can't remember that. But everyone sort of giggles at him behind his back, so he feels sort of self-conscious about it. But then he thinks, well, they can't know about it. How would they know about it? But they all know about it.
People are accusing you of being Cloud Nudes and saying that you're pretending that you're not Cloud Nudes. How does that make you feel?
I don't know what you're talking about. Like, what do you mean?
Well,
I have to keep up this facade of this.
You came over here on a vacation to Jersey, and you had your phone, and I noticed that you were taking a couple of selfies in the nude. So how do we know it's not you?
I mean, you don't. You just have to trust me. I know it's tough to do that. I'm not a very trustworthy person, you know.
No.
If anyone had to use words to describe me, you know, what would they say? Trustworthy?
I think
Good looking? Probably.
I think a
Hot,
couple of
sexy,
words come to mind.
Well,
for instance,
generously proportioned. What?
Anal is one word that immediately comes to mind.
Right. Okay. Sure. Is that just looking at me and thinking, anal, like with a little smile on your face, or is it like cleanliness? Which kind of anal are we talking about?
Well, no, I didn't mean like anal, like as in like your anus or any sort of hygiene related to your anus or anything like that. I just meant sort of like you're very particular about things.
Right.
Like, what's like an example that I could use? Like the way that you don't like to listen to Bert and Ernie singing Anti Up.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Well, I'm terrified of YouTube because they are notoriously fucking garbage, and so therefore, like, I have this. I don't think that's anal so much as paranoid about the incompetence and hopelessness of one of the biggest companies in the world.
Are they
and
the biggest?
The fact that they could just like, well, huge, isn't it? YouTube, right? Makes millions and millions.
Maybe they should rename it.
And they have
huge
like 4
too.
staff, and they don't work weekends or
Look at this guy.
anything. Fucking
Tuba
wankers.
Boy. Oh my god, Tuba Boy was dressed up as Jiraxis, and now as Millhouse Manastorm. Alright, we have to be quick. There's an option here, isn't there? There's an option for its interface, and I think it comes under quests? Combat?
Oh shit! So did I tell you? Me and Rydian were talking about WoW yesterday.
Right.
Did you hear that, or is that what you said? Because you said to me, you sent me a message, didn't you, saying, "How do you listen to these people?" But I was talking to like 5 different groups of people, so I wasn't quite sure which group.
I was talking about the people that you were talking to about.
You don't have to reveal who it is.
The ins and the outs of making babies with Jello and.
Okay, cool. So anyway,
ice cream?
I was having this chat.
Yeah.
I was having a chat with Rydian, and we were discussing this. Maybe we'll make like a video about it because it's quite interesting.
Okay.
But like, I was thinking of like ways that like they could improve the end game of World of Warcraft. So the first thing I was thinking about was, wouldn't it be good?
Yeah.
Right. If there was some sort of currency-based system that let you sort of buy things that you can't. That some of the things they previously added to like black market auction house. So they had a lot of mounts and a lot of armor sets, like cosmetic sets, you know, like old tiers stuff, to black market auction house, right? So, but the problem with that is that first of all, most people on the black market auction house just some people are so rich, okay? Like Mimeron's head comes on there, someone bids gold cap.
Yeah.
And gold cap is like 900,000 or something, whatever. And so it's kind of impossible to like buy that stuff.
Yeah.
And even if, but obviously there's a demand for it, right? And so if people could pay like 100 grand, they'd buy Mimeron's head or whatever. That's like a thing. So why don't they add like a way to get a currency, like justice points used to be, for example,
right?
But for stuff like rare mounts or like toy box items or armor or cosmetic armor sets, the stuff that you can't get anymore, unless you want to farm molten core every week, and you know then there's even a chance. It's just a hassle, right? So anyway, I was thinking about that, and then I was thinking, well, the other thing that's really good in WoW is like here, like all the zones, right? Like
Yeah.
You know, there's all these zones that you never fucking go to, like Feralus and Stone Talon Mountains and all the fucking zones, right? You could do it like Diablo, so like bounties, right? So you could, every day there could be like a bounty to go to somewhere and do a quest there, right? Or even like more than one quest, like 2 quests or whatever. And it wouldn't be like super complicated, because all you'd need to do is almost like activate a couple of quests, like some of the quests that aren't tied to like any quest line, like, you know, go and kill 10 boars, or go and put these banners up, or whatever. You know, go to this place and do like 4 quests, whatever. You know, they could go around, just reactivate some quests, almost like you've already done, just as dailies. Or scale them up, or whatever. You know, it wouldn't be complicated to do that, right? Thing is, these days, WoW has like this time walking mechanic, with all the dungeon scaling. Do you know all about this?
Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday.
There's like 10 dungeons, 5 of each, 5 from Wrath, 5 from TBC, and they scale, right? And much like in Guild Wars 2, you can, like, if you go to an old zone, you get scaled to it, you know. And so equally, you could go to like a phased version of Feralus or whatever. You know, you could easily go. WoW has the technology in it these days where, if you're level 80 and you go to an old fucking zone, it could just be scaled down. I'm not saying everyone has to go to Feralus to do their dailies every fucking day or whatever. I'm just saying they should consider adding, first of all, some sort of way to time walk or use the old... Time walking at the moment isn't even in the game, I think. They like added it for like a weekend.
What? It's in. It's not just for a weekend.
And that's great, isn't it?
What?
Well, whatever. The fact is that obviously they brought back like Dead Mines and another bunch of dungeons, right? For, what was it, in Pandaria, and then they made a couple more dungeons heroic in.
Like they brought back like Upper Blackrock Spire and.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, like.
Is that it?
It would be really nice if there was a way to get like some sort of way to, because one thing that really annoys me, I don't know about this with you, is that some of the things that I like completing stuff, right? I like seeing like a collect, like for example in the achievements, like I like collecting all the mounts or collecting all the things or collecting something, and it's really annoying because like I was talking to Zoe, and Zoe was in hospital during like one of the weeks when you had to log in during that week to get like a companion pet.
Oh right, yeah.
And it's like on the list, so she's got like almost all of them, but she hasn't got that one. And it's really frustrating for her to look at it and think, well, there is no way I'm ever going to get that.
Yeah, because it was just like a rare one-time thing.
Not only that, but the reason I can't get it is because I was having a really horrible time or whatever, you know? Yeah. And so it's like, it's really sad that she can't ever get that thing. And not only that, but is constantly reminded of it when she looks in her collection. You know, she thinks, I really had a good time collecting all these mounts, but I can't get this one because it's only available from this place. Like, even if you were like a stamp collector, like a rich man or whatever, and like if you're a stamp collector, some of them are going to be really expensive, right? Some of these stamps will cost £1 million. But if you have £1 million, if you work hard, if you blah, 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 whatever, you could sort out your thing. I mean, you're never going to have the perfect collection, but this is World of Warcraft. This is fucking stamp collecting.
No.
Right?
I mean, some people do have everything, though. Like, if you look up, some people have every possible achievement in World of Warcraft.
I agree. And those people deserve it, and good effort to them. I'm just saying that...
You almost sound a bit jealous.
I'm not jealous as much as kind of a bit sad that there's no way to get some of these deprecate things, because it's kind of a bit... It's not cool. So I was thinking like... You know, if you're gonna if you're gonna keep adding new rewards every expansion for like, so they've just added like the 250 mounts, right, thing or whatever. Yeah. If you're gonna keep adding things like that, you can't keep making exclusive mounts and things like this that people can't get, right? If you're gonna add a collection and it's gonna be a major advertising point of your game, and it's gonna be something you support, you should find a way to reasonably obtain these mounts so people can complete the things because they're fun, right? Collecting mounts and pets is fun.
It is fun, yeah.
Overly hard, and I think some of them are. Like, some of them are really, really hard. Like, for example, you know, the problem is I think that in a way this is almost very difficult to change because you're always going to get those cunts, right? I'm saying that, so I mean it. Who say, wow, I had to fucking farm Althas 150 times to get mount. why should he just be able to buy it for 500 points? Well, because it's now 2015, and it's like 10 years later, and no one's playing WoW anymore. So go fuck yourself. And
I'm playing it. Do I still have to go fuck myself?
Comparatively, I'm just saying I don't like people complaining for no reason that they've done something and therefore they're somehow entitled for everyone else to have a miserable fucking time.
Yeah.
Because they were lucky a year ago or 10 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. So basically,
I've got this really cool achievement that I would like to share with you that not many people can get.
Right.
And it's actually called, and I think you have it as well. Are you ready for this one?
Sure, go ahead. And feel free to just stop me. Wow. So we've got this cheat. That's right. We've got Realm First.
Nobody else can get that now. Like, it was obtained at a time when, you know, we were pretty lucky, weren't we? We were in the right place at the right time. I remember when we did that as well.
Blizzard, it's not Blizzard's intention to add stuff that is... Thing is Blizzard like to play Dread game with you, okay? Which is a weird fucking concept, which it's a part of something I don't agree with, but it's a psychological thing where basically the whole thing about Hearthstone is that you can't get the card backs unless you play in every season.
Yeah.
And so there's this dread thing. It's like if you miss out, you'll regret it.
Yeah.
You'll never get it. Okay, so you can never not play Hearthstone, right? You have to play Hearthstone because if you don't, you'll never get the card back, and then you'll be confronted with that all the time.
Yeah.
Right? And every time you look in your Hearthstone card back collection, you'll see all these missing ones, and it will say, ha ha ha, you missed this one, you're never gonna fucking get it. I don't think that that's a very positive way to play games and like encourage people to play games.
But
it's a very nasty psychological trap.
Well,
right?
I know, but
making things unobtainable like that.
But at the same time, it's very rewarding for people who stick. Like maybe not in the case of.
How many people have everything? You have to look at it right. So it's how many people? What, like 1% of people have everything versus 99% who look at their thing and see empty slots and think, well, 99% of people are going to be disappointed.
Well, tough. Deal with it. It's too bad.
Equally,
they are all attainable though.
Some sort of thing which you say, well, okay, you can get this if you put in, 10,000 coins or 10,000 gold, or do these bounties or whatever, or do some other thing. What I don't like is being like penalized for not playing the game they want me to play it. I want to, like, imagine there's a really cool weapon skin or a really cool cosmetic item that I really want to have, right? But like a mount or a pet. But you can only get it if you PvP.
Right, yeah.
So what if I hate PvP? What if I don't want to fucking do PvP?
Then that's not the item for you. It's all optional. The thing is...
Why is it in my...
You can't have the mind frame that you want 100% everything, but not be...
Why is there no way to alternatively get it?
Because that's not the way that it's designed, and not everything is meant to be got. Like there's rewards for different types of players and stuff. You just get the ones that you can get. If you don't have the Hearthstone card back from May because you didn't like the game in May or whatever, it's your tough shit. It's just the way that it goes. It's not even really psychological or anything. If you feel the need to get all these things, or you feel somehow entitled to getting all of these things.
No, you don't feel the humans feel accomplishment from completing collections. Right? And if your game is about completing things, collections, then those collections should be completable. You shouldn't have.
They are. You just have to
with them dangling in front of your face.
You just have to
you are
put in the time.
Ha ha ha. No, you can't. But sometimes you can't for reasons out of your control, like being in hospital.
Yeah.
Is it fair that someone should be?
There's laptops.
That's not. All right, you win.
No, but honestly though, the thing is, people get really upset about this stuff because they think that they somehow need to collect all this stuff. And the thing is, some of them are hard to get, and I think they're made that way for a reason. For the people that do get them to feel like, yeah, I'm rare somehow. I've gotten this, like the Realm First stuff. only a certain number of people will have those, right?
I don't mind those things so much, right? Because they're not promoted, right? The mounts achievements and the pet achievements are, you know, you see, and they actively show this is the new thing coming out for this many pets. They make that a selling part of the game.
Yeah.
And it's, to me, that's not on, right? I hate having things like that dangled in front of me, and then Blizzard saying, ha ha ha, you can't get this because you haven't played for long enough, you haven't done this for long enough, you weren't able to play during this time. You know, I don't like that.
There's a lot of times where I think
PvP or whatever.
There's a lot of times like with games like, not even just WoW though, Hearthstone, Diablo, Dota to some extent. There's a lot of games where I feel like, because of the way that I play games, because I cycle through games, and I think an average gamer does that. You go through periods where you're very interested in a game, then you lose interest and you move on to something else, right? That's kind of like the natural way it works when you're playing games and stuff. But for some people, that's not the case. You know, like you see some people that have played Hearthstone since beta and still play it religiously every day and compete in tournaments and they're legendary or whatever. And like sometimes I'm a bit envious of those people, because I'm disappointed in myself at times for like not being able to stick to things for like as long as I'd like to. Right, almost.
Here we go though. This is exactly the relevant point. So, what made you quit WoW last time? What was the last reason you quit WoW?
I probably started playing Diablo, or I probably just started playing something else that took up my time, I got into, and then I just didn't come back to WoW because I moved on to other things after that.
That's wrong. That's not why you quit WoW. People
well,
quit
no,
WoW,
I'm telling you,
you quit WoW because you ran out of things that were fun to do.
Well, partly,
right?
yeah.
You ran out of things to do. You did the fucking LFR or whatever. You killed the boss. You killed fucking some guy in an LFR dungeon every week for 4 weeks, and then you were done, right? I'd be like, I've done everything, right? I've done all the quests in the expansion. I've collected all the treasures. I filled out, like, I'm done. And that's it. You've done everything and you're done. And you quit, right?
Yeah.
There's no reason for that to be the case in WoW. It's such a huge game. But why do people keep quitting? It's because Blizzard have not implemented the achievement system in a way that is very positive, and they don't encourage you to do any of the content in the game, any of the other content, or see the world, or do anything else. There's no proper incentives to stay playing the game. If there were dailies in WoW that rewarded you with things that, if the achievement system in WoW is awful, right?
I don't think it is, actually. I think it's very good.
You get achievements for the most trivial bullshit.
You do in every game, though.
Okay, let me look at that achievement. So I've got to go and do an achievement right now. Look at the achievement. It is kiss a squirrel in every fucking zone, or some bullshit. It's like kiss. That achievement has like 900 fucking critters to kiss, right?
Yeah.
And if I was going around doing it,
what is that? A general one?
There's so many.
This one?
Fucking.
Or is it this one?
There's so many.
Oh,
that are
I've done them all. Oh yeah, and there's this one too. I've done all of them.
You fucking haven't.
I fucking have. I don't think I'm missing any of them.
There's like, well, the thing is, like, when you were doing those achievements, right, and going around the world kissing the fucking squirrels, there were probably achievements that you were like. I found that when I did an achievement, I went around the world, I did the achievement, I completed it, and then, like, I can't believe you've done those fucking cheats. I can't believe it.
See, that's the thing. I'm always going to be the counterpoint to you complaining about the achievement system, because I fucking love the achievement system in this game. I've spent lots of time enjoying myself thoroughly, having some sort of structure in this big open world of things to do. Like, when you run out of things to do, you go hunting for achievements, don't you? And then when you get tired of that, that's pretty much your segue into like another game, or, you know, picking up something else or whatever, and then coming back later. Because I always do end up coming back to WoW, like, throughout the time. I mean, albeit nowadays for a lot less time than I normally would. Like, you know, every time you come back to it, you come back for less time, it seems, sort of thing. I think, like, when Draenor came out, I was back for like a month, which is probably the least amount of time I've ever come back and fully played WoW for. But Draenor was a bit of an exception, wasn't it? Because whilst it had a lot of cool features and a lot of cool things in it, it felt like quickly you ran out of things to do, more so than in some of the other expansions somehow. I'm not even sure how, really, but Did you find that as well?
But there shouldn't be, right? With all of WoW, with all of the things that you could redo, with all the dungeons that we could revisit, with all of everything, why do we not do it? Why is... And it's partly because... I think it's partly because the achievement system is pretty much across accounts now, to some extent, but not entirely. Like, a lot of it still is very... not well linked across accounts. So, like, you could have... across characters. So, like, when you do achieves on one character, you know... You have to do them again on another character. That kind of stuff. Like,
well, a lot of them now are shared, though. Like, those achievements, obviously, that I linked are things that I got on other characters.
I think I can probably list on my fucking hand the amount that are linked across characters. Like the mounts one is and stuff like that. Now that there's a fucking shared mount page. Yeah. But I don't know how many of them are actually.
How many horses do I have actually? I need to check.
Anyway, I mean, I'm not fussed about achievements particularly. I just think that it could be a lot better, and it could be, you know, they obviously just think about how much, I don't know, I don't know, like, I don't know, I'm not fucking know what the answers are. I just know what I would like, and I think I would like to
get all
log
the achievements
in every day. Yeah. And no, I'd like to log in every day if there was some sort of currency where I could play the game, play WoW, come to Durotar, kill some fucking harpies, or go to like Silithus and kill some fucking bugs. Or
who would want to go there though?
Listen, like go to Ogura Crater and kill some fucking dinosaurs. I don't know what the daily quest could be, right? It could be time walk down. It can be fucking give you some bounty points or whatever, and you can spend those bounty points on, you know, if you've got 10 million of them on fucking Mimiron's head, you know? Yeah. And then I won't have to run fucking fucking Yogg-Saron solo, you know, for 10 minutes every week to try and see if it will drop or whatever, you know? Because I'm not, you know, I can't be asked. And
I think you can though.
Is that?
I think occasionally you can.
No, but I feel like I should be able to choose like what to do. Like, so for example, you could imagine PvP reward. Like, I think back in the day they had like justice points or whatever, you know. And the reason they had justice points was because they didn't want to use gold. And the reason they didn't want to use gold was because people could buy gold, right? And so you go to a merchant and you buy gold. But now you can buy gold in game. So you know, Blizzard would only make money if they said, okay, Mimiron's head, 1 million gold. They would fucking make a lot of money because people would pay hundreds of pounds for that shit. You know how much people pay in Hearthstone or
maybe they would, but maybe they wouldn't because
stuff.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff available on the shop, like in the in-game shop. But the thing is,
you'd be very surprised how much people pay. Like, you know, if people are doing the mount collections or the pet collections, they bought all of those ones in the shop. They've paid a lot of money. You know,
Mimiron's head is sought after because it is so fucking rare. You never see it, and occasionally when you do see it. Oh my god, look at that.
I mean, I'm not saying necessarily Mimiron's head's a good example. I think there's a lot of other examples in the game where there's rare, like the Black Market Auction House is a good example of stuff where they've had a foray into the idea of making this stuff available, but it's not quite gone far enough. You know, because it's just the Black Market Auction House just isn't accessible, and it's not a very scalable way of dealing with it either. Because some servers have like nobody on them. And so therefore it's a lot easier to buy stuff on the Black Market Auction House. Yeah. Whereas other servers are like fucking mega pop and you'll never ever get close. So I don't think it was ever a very, very good system, which is a shame because it was like the first step towards implementing something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I haven't really used the Black Market Auction House much, but from what I understand, since Draenor came out and when they changed the professions, it's not the same as it used to be in terms of, you know, making money on the auction house. I remember like doing the ore shuffle with like jewel crafting, and used to be able to make a lot of money off the auction house on whatchamacallit, glyphs and stuff like that. A lot of that's changed now. Like, I don't know, like the economy part of the game is. Seems like it needs some work, maybe, but
I know certain things obviously need to be a mark of their time, right? Yeah. And I think with Mimiron's Head is a good example. Like that was what you earned at the time for. So, for example, Mimiron's Head was something which you got from doing Yogg-Saron 0, whatever, and there was like a 25% chance of it dropping. So, for example, even if you were one of the lucky 25-man raid group who killed Yogg-Saron on 0 when it was really, really hard, which it was.
Yeah.
There was only a really small chance of it dropping then. I think this is quite a modern one as well, like comparatively in the scheme of things. And I think they did the same thing with like Arthur's Mount, right? So that was like a 10 or 25% drop rate on heroic